The time is actually 12 o'clock, which is midnight. Everyone are sleeping in my home, and I'm just taking the video, at least by saying my dedication. Please like and subscribe. So let us jump into the video. Hey thinkers, so today we are going to see an interesting topic, but as well as it is a horror topic too, where we are going to discuss about a bacteria where if you were in online or if you are a person who is very interested in studying these affairs of each and every day, then you will be having an idea about what I'm going to say, which is the Japanese virus or the Japanese bacteria. Actually, it is not a virus, it is a bacteria where in many places it is being mistaken as a virus. Okay, there is a great amount of difference between a virus and a bacteria, but we need not to see about them today. Okay, see, this is a flesh eating bacteria, which means it eats our flesh, and actually it is having a potent to kill us within 48 hours, which is 2 days, and moreover, as all the reporters and all newspapers have got their own news, which is this one. So everyone were writing this one only. In internet, this was the thing which was going in a viral thing, and in newspaper, this was the thing where each and every place this was published. For an example, Financial Express, in there they have given that 48 hours we will be attaining the stage of death. Then in India Today, they have given that high record flesh eating bacteria. Then in Business Standard, the spreading of this flesh-eating bacteria increases the global concern. As they have given many newses in each and every newspapers. Okay, so first of all, let me say its scientific name. See, each and every bacteria is having a scientific name and a common name. So this one's a scientific name is a little bit hard to be pronounced, but it's okay. Which is streptococcal toxic shock syndrome, which is a type of bacteria. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that this is not a new bacteria like a corona. This was there from the 20th century. Okay, this is 21st century. So in 1999 even we have found this, and an organization known as NIIT, which is National Institute of Infectious Disease, has been tracking this for a long time, which is from 1999, and they have given many news about this bacteria too. See, first of all, let me say in which countries and how do they affect this, and in which countries they are present. So in 2022, at least in 5 European countries, they have reported to WHO about this one, where they are reporting that this one's spreading rate is very high, and then they are having this one in their countries to WHO. Next of all, the exact sentence is actually they have reported that in increase in case of invasion of group of A Streptococcus disease. Okay, this is actually commonly or very shortly called as STSS. The disease short form is STSS because for its scientific name, which is a lengthy one. So for that one, they have kept this one. Okay, so next let us see about what does CDC says. See, CDC says about the fatality rate. So the fatality rate is actually 30%. That means many of us may not know what is fatality rate. So which means that out of 10, 3 people may die. Okay, there are high probabilities that 3 people may die. See, the CDC is an American-based organization, which is a disease-based organization. They have given this result. Okay. So let me give you an example. If a person gets this virus, don't worry, my subscribers will not get, because you are a very lucky one because you have subscribed to my channel. By evening, okay, if you are getting, not you, someone gets this virus by this morning, then by evening they may lose their leg and their hand. Then by tomorrow they may die. This is the highest thing which this virus can do. Okay, a very strong virus too. Okay. Let me say why this is being spoken now. Why not like before time? Why not in 2019? Why not in the earlier stages itself? Because see, it is a very rare bacterial virus where out of 100 only one might have, or not even one might possess it. So see, in 2023 it was there in Japan in a high wave only, where in a year they were 941 cases recorded. Out of that, 97 people have died. Okay, but why it is being spoken now is because that within half of a year there were 1,000 cases recorded, and in this 77 people died. Okay, not exactly 1,000, it is 977. So this is the reason, and actually by June 2 we have this census. Okay, now we all will be having few doubts such as what is this bacteria, which I have said, and what the scientists say. Yes, because we have to be knowledgeable in this particular one. Then how does this bacteria spread? That is one of the most important question which we have to know. Then will these will they be locked down, which is an interesting question, and many of the students might want it. Not me, okay, not me. Okay, so now coming to researchers, where they are a researcher who is known as Ken Kikuchi. Since I'm an Indian, I cannot pronounce it as Japanese people pronounce it. If there is any mispronunciation, then kindly forgive me. Okay, so let us start it. See what he says is, let me just read what he says. Most of the death happens within 48 hours. Okay, said by Ken Kikuchi. See, the professor, he's a professor in infectious diseases, about infectious diseases. He is a professor in Tokyo Women's Medical University. He's a professor, and he's a person who's very interested in infectious disease, and he knows a lot about infectious disease, and he is a researcher, and he has said about it. Okay, so now let us come to the symptoms which might show. Okay, see, when you are being, not you, someone, okay, is being affected by this particular disease, then first let me start from children. Okay, so they will be having sore throat, or which is also called as strep throat. But sometimes, now coming to the elders, this will be also available. This particular pain will be also available to the elders, not only to the children. So sometimes when this might go to limb pain, or this hand pain, leg pain like this, then swelling in the hand or in the leg, it will be happening. Then heavy, you might get fever, low blood pressure, these things will happen. But if this is being untreated, you are not at all concerned about it, then what will be there means there will be breathing problem, organ failure, and at last death. And mainly age more than 50 are prone to this disease. Okay, so as soon as patient notices swelling in the foot in the morning, it can expand to the knee by noon, then he can die within 48 hours. This is the exact sentence that was said by this professor Ken Kikuchi. Okay, then at the current rate of infections, the number of cases in Japan could reach 2,500 this year, within a terrifying mortality rate of 30%, Kikuchi said. Yes, actually he is saying that this might go to 2,500 according to his calculations and the census, where it has already reached about 1,000, right? So if it's going like this even, then it will be absolutely reaching till 2,500. This was said by the professor Kinkuchi. Okay, then what Kinkuchi advises us, what he says to mainly to my subscribers, are actually to be very hygienic. First of all, what he says is we have to treat all those open wounds, because according to his assumption, see, still yet no one were able to find how this bacteria, how this bacteria is able to spread from one person to another person. That is an unknown mystery. But there are few assumptions, such as we have to treat open wounds, because of open wounds also these bacteria might affect our body, which might get into our body. Then he says that patients may carry GAS, the short form of this particular bacteria, another short form, in their intestines too, so which could contamine hands through fecus. So we have to keep our hands very safe, and as well as we have to treat open wounds. See, no one were able to find that particular reason how this bacteria spreads. So that is the most important problem coming to this bacteria, because still yet no one were able to figure out how this bacteria spreads. Okay, so now let me just say, if this bacteria comes to our body, then it releases a toxic blood, and then it attaches to our tissue, then it bites each and every tissue or the muscle in our body. Then at last we will be having death. We will have to face death, but don't worry, my subscribers will not. Okay, you are very lucky ones. Okay, so because of, yes, actually in corona, in case of corona, we may be able to say that it spreads like this because of this saliva, because of that or this. This corona spreads because of we have to maintain social distance, we have to wear masks, then we can prevent the invasion or increase of corona rate. Okay, that one we did, so that is why lockdown came. But this is not an respiratory thing. It is not a respiratory disease that could travel by saliva or by some other thing. So this is something which is based on bacteria, that was virus, and this is bacteria, a very rare bacteria. So the case of pandemic situation is very rare, so don't worry. Okay, and this wasn't said by that same professor who was Kikuchi. This was said by a different professor whose name is Fujita. His name is actually Hitoshi Honda. Okay, I really don't know how to pronounce his name, whether it is correct or not. Okay, now let me just say one thing. See, why is this particular case is being increased at present? See, as I have said that this particular bacteria was alive even in the 20th century, but why it is increasing now? It is because of corona's lockdown. See, as much as we are being exposed to bacteria or to outside world, we will be affected by the bacteria and we will be cured by our immune system. Even our immune system is having such sort of power, but unfortunately because of this lockdown we weren't exposed to any bacteria, so we lost that particular thing. We will regain it within no matter of time, but within these 2 years many people have died. As I've said that in the previous year, few people have died, which are around 97 people, and within half an year 77 people have died. So let me continue again. So because of that reduction in the exposure to the bacteria, our memory cells, okay, see here, being as a biological student, let me explain it still more clearly. See, there are lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are those which protects us from the pathogens or from the bacteria or from the virus. Lymphocytes are actually of 2 types, which is B lymphocyte and the T lymphocyte. Coming to T lymphocyte, we need not to discuss about it now. Coming to B lymphocytes are those lymphocytes which are being produced in our bone marrow. Bone marrow is present in the lengthiest bone. Okay, there are many bone marrows. So this particular B lymphocyte is being matured in the bone marrow itself. This, whenever this pathogen is being released, whenever this pathogen is being affected, whenever we are being affected by this pathogen, I just got confused, sorry. Whenever we are being affected by this pathogen, then this B lymphocyte will be split into 2, or that, yes, that is actually plasma cells and memory cells. See, these plasma cells are those important cells which are functioning about creating antibodies. Yes, these plasma cells are those which creates antibodies. These memory cells are those which remembers what type of bacteria has come and what type of antibody is being released. A big case of this memory cell, when that same particular bacteria is affecting us, this memory cell will help us to create that same antibody very soon and we will be cured very soon. Okay, so this is what the process happens, but because of less exposure to this particular bacteria, we have lost this, but we will regain it, and mainly my subscribers will regain it very fastly, even my likers. Okay,